Alright guys, so on my last video I had mentioned that I had finished with the short shifter install on my 86 635 CSI, but really there was a couple of things that I felt could still be improved on, so I actually have now officially finished the install, and I really want to share this with you. This is really cool, and it certainly has taken the feel of rolling through the gears to a much higher level than what I showed you in my last video. So this is the last video on the short shift kit, and then I'll just kind of run you through everything that I did, including some of the costs, and that way you guys can get an idea of what's involved. If you want to take it on, I certainly strongly recommend it. It's a fantastic improvement on how the car shifts, and I'm certainly looking forward to getting it back on the ground and driving it with the short shift. But anyway, I'll just run through some things that I bought this week and kind of show you some old parts that came off, and then I'll get under the car and then show you the things that I installed to improve the short shift kit based on some conversations I had with Ireland Engineering and some research I did online. So, okay, with that to say, here on my work table, you can see right here the old transmission mounts, and you can see right here how badly worn they are, and this one's contaminated with brake fluid from my accumulator that was leaking, and so you can see also it's a bit bowed out as well. So that's the old transmission mount. You'll see the new one under the car here in a bit. I just installed it. So that's that. Here's the lower rod, the lower factory rod, and you can see right here, see the shift, this movement right here. That's part of the sloppiness that I felt when I first bought the car and I was driving it. See how loose that is? Anyway, that you'll see the difference when I get out of the car, but that's part of it. So this is the factory lower rod, and I replaced it with what's called the DSSR rod. So you guys check that out online. And here is the mount, the lower mount for the upper rod, and the bushing is pretty worn. You can see it off center, and of course it's 33 years old now. So I installed a brand new one from Turner Motorsports that's made out of stainless steel, and then this bushing is polyurethane. So you'll see that here in a second. So that's that. Some other things right here. Here's the center support bearing for the drive shaft. This is the E24 center support bearing. This is one from the E34, and it's a bit beefier and a little bit more stout compared to this guy. You can see the overall thickness of the bracket. Look, see the difference? And it'll slip on there. So I wanted to show you that. This was an upgrade based on the guys on bigcoop.com. Thanks to them for that recommendation. And beyond that, I have a new shift knob, this is pretty cool. Look at this. That's the new shift knob. Looking forward to installing that. Here's a new leather shift boot. It actually came from England. Here's the box it came in, and really nice hand stitched. And then it has a new plastic surround to clip into the center console tunnel. So those will go in here in a minute. And here's the new rubber insulator that I'll install here in a few minutes, but I left it off so that way it's clear to see in the video. But this will go on here shortly. I had to buy that from BMW. Here's the original shift leather boot. It's like cardboard, but it worked, and it's not terribly damaged. But I might try and revive it. We'll see. Anyway, so that's that. So okay, let's get under the car. And well, before I get under the car, let me show you what the car shifts like. This is cool. I noticed before in the last video the the shift lever was getting very close to the tunnel here in reverse. Now that everything is brand new and a little bit different design, as you'll see in a second, I now have the clearance I need where the actual shift lever here doesn't rub right here on the console. But let me just roll through the gears, and it's amazing actually. It's fantastic, that feel. It's got a great feel, nice throw, very mechanical, click click. Oh, I love it. It's great. Anyway, compare that to the soup spoon that was here before. It was like trying to find the right gear. This is amazing. It was well overdue, and certainly for the small investment, it's really gonna enhance the driving experience. So pretty cool, guys. Isn't that cool? Look at that. I can't get enough of that. Anyway, okay. So after this video, I'll install the rubber boot here, then the leather boot, and then the new shift knob, and then it'll be done. And then of course I have to put in the drive shaft. That drive shaft was a bear to remove. I shouldn't say it was a bear, but to separate it was a bear. Here are the two pieces here. You know, it's marked because you got to line up both pieces. That's the back half. Oh, sorry, this is the front half with the flex disc. I have a brand new flex disc that'll go on. So this is where it flanges onto the transmission, and then it's spline. That spline goes into that guy, and then that's the companion flange where it bolts to the rear diff. And I have to remove oh boy, this guy here. That's the damaged, an old center support bearing. I'm gonna put the brand new one in there. I gotta use my puller to pull that off. That shouldn't be too bad. Then I'll clean up these splines and then put it all back together. I have a new threaded coupling from BMW that I bought. That'll go on here, and this guy goes in here. And a word of advice: if you're trying to separate these two guys, use lots and lots and lots of heat. I use my MAP gas on the threaded collar. It's inside the house, I don't have it here, but the threaded collar, and then I use a pipe wrench on it, and that's what actually broke it free. If you don't use heat and you're just trying to break it free on the ground or on the car, it is not going to come out. It's stubborn. There's a lot of crud that gets in here. You can see right there the junk in the splines, and just the grease and a little bit of rust and stuff. So I'm going to wire brush that off, clean it up real nice, and it'll fit together real nicely once I'm all done. And then there's a dust boot that goes in here that I bought that'll also keep junk from getting into the bearing and damaging it over time. So that's that, and let's go into the car, guys. And so okay, so under the car, one of my favorite positions to be in. Here we have some of the things I just installed like an hour ago. Hope you can see this. I'm gonna get my light. Okay, so right here is the rear bracket for the top rod, and this is a Turner Motorsports bracket. It's made out of stainless steel, and then it's got a polyurethane blue bushing, which you may be able to see right here. And then of course I grease it, and it comes with a stainless steel flange nut and a grade 10.9 stud. So it's really well made. I paid $75 for this. And then I bought this DSSR rod right here. And this is the new style coupling, or the newer style coupling. It's for E30. I bought this and this from Ireland Engineering. It was $105 for those two pieces, and it really helped sharpen up the shifts. So that's the difference between the last video and this. I had the factory piece here, and on this video I have this brand new DSSR rod. It's all stainless steel, nicely made, and of course the new E30 bearing support here, or rod support right here I should say. So it was easy to install, took all of 10 minutes. This was fairly easy to install as well. That didn't take much time. So there you have it. So and then also you can see right here I cleaned up the transmission mount, and there's the brand new, hope you can see this, transmission mount bushings. So pretty inexpensive, like 20 or 30 bucks for those. So it's coming together. Next will be to install the drive shaft and get the car back on the ground, and then after that I'll be building a custom exhaust from the